In today's lesson, I'm going to show you a beginner tom-tom beat on drums from the song Seven Nation Army by the White Stripes. I'm actually going to be posting a follow-up lesson where I teach you the other drum parts in the song, but for now we're just going to be learning the drum beat from the verse. This will hopefully be the easiest beat you've ever learned, and you should be able to take it straight to the song and have a go. We'll look at the more advanced parts in the next lesson, but for now, here's what the opening beat sounds like. There are three pieces to this beat: the low tom, the bass drum, and the hi-hat cymbal, which is played using a technique called splashing, which we'll go into a bit later. They all play exactly the same rhythm, and playing all three together just gives this song a really sort of strong pulse and forward momentum. Learning beats that use tom-toms are really useful for exactly this reason. Often beats that use toms have more of this sort of driving feel to them, and they just sound more powerful to the listeners in the audience. So there's three things you need to do at the same time. You need to play your right hand on the low tom, which is the drum that sits to the right of you, next to your leg when you sit down at the drum kit. And you also need to stomp both feet at the same time, which will be on the bass and hi-hat pedals. So your right hand, right foot, and left foot are all tapping out the same rhythm together at the same time. If you don't have a drum kit, you can just tap it out with your hand and feet at home along to the song and still be able to play along. So on the hi-hat pedal, what you want to do is bring the hi-hats together to play the rhythm with your left foot. But every time you play a note, lift your foot straight up again as soon as you've played the note. So rather than creating a chick sound with your foot where the hi-hats are pressed tightly together, you want the hi-hats to sizzle instead. So they just knock into each other for a brief moment, and then you lift up your foot again straight away. And this technique is called splashing. You'll be able to hear on the track exactly how it should sound. I'm afraid I can't write out a splash on here, so it's best to check out the track to know exactly what it sounds like. But you're going to be playing that splash as well as the low tom and the bass drum to the rhythm, which is literally just 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. If you can tap along to 1, 2, 3, 4, then you've got it. That's all you need to know for now. So as a little bit of practice, I'm just going to put the beat on loop here and see if you can tap along with the rhythm. Remember, you're playing the right hand, right foot, and left foot all together to this rhythm. Then the only other thing you need to learn for the verse is a slight variation halfway through the verse. So Jack White sings the lyric, "And I'm talking to myself at night." When that happens, you're going to want to add a snare drum on beats 2 and 4 to what you're already playing. So here's what that would sound like. So on every other beat, you're going to be adding a snare drum, which is played with the left hand. So you're going to be playing right hand, right foot, and left foot here at the start, and then all 4 limbs, so right foot, right hand, left foot, and here, and then that just repeats over and over again. So on beats 1 and 3, you just have 3 limbs, and on beats 2 and 4, you play all 4 limbs together. So see if you're able to count 1, 2, 3, 4 over the track when you go and have a listen to this White Stripes track, and see if you can hear the crack of the snare drum on the 2 and 4. If you're counting it right, if you're counting 1, 2, 3, 4 in the right place, you should be able to hear that snare drum on 2 and 4. And that's literally all there is to it. So do have a go with the track, Seven Nation Army, and see how you get on. See if you can get that hi-hat splash sounding good, and also see if you can get all your limbs coordinating and playing together in time. Do let me know if you have any questions, and In the next lesson we'll be looking at the full song with the more complex parts and completing everything that you need to know to be able to jam along to this tune.